Welcome to my channel. My name is Dr. Jessica, and this video is part 2 of my videos about chronic stress and inflammation and what to do about it. So if you haven't seen part 1, go ahead and click here and you can check that out. All right, let's dive in. So we talked about a lot of the common causes of chronic stress leading to inflammation. So now let's talk about first, how do you actually assess your level of inflammation or your level of stress? So first is to check in with your medical provider or your functional medicine practitioner. There are a whole host of really cool functional labs that you can do. You can look at inflammatory levels. You can do stool testing. You can look at things like secretory IgA. You can look at oxidative stress. So there are many options out there. I will leave a link to one of the previous videos where I talk about some of these functional tests. You can click that video here to learn more about those. So the first step is to check in with whoever your provider is and whoever you're working with to really get an assessment of what your inflammatory level or inflammatory load looks like. And then you can get recommendations from there as well. The next step is, of course, going to deal with dietary and lifestyle changes that will reduce the chronic stress. It's not enough to just address the inflammation because the inflammation itself, as we discussed in the previous video, is not really the cause. The cause is actually the chronic stress. So we have to do something to address, be it the physical stress, the chemical stress, or the emotional / psychological stress. That is where we truly get to the root of the problem. And that's where you're going to have the biggest benefit as well. So going along with the previous examples from the video, let's say that we're looking at a decreased production of secretory IgA. Well, if that's because cortisol levels are chronically high, of course, we need to do some stress management. We need to be looking at your mindset, some mindfulness practices, maybe meditation, journaling, breath work, anything that will help push you from the sympathetic nervous system state of producing more and more cortisol back into a parasympathetic dominant state where you're going to help to balance some of those hormones and reduce the production of, the epinephrine or adrenaline and the cortisol. Of course, you are going to also want to help to repair the gut lining. Again, check out my video on gut health and stress. It talks all about how you can help repair the gut lining with supplements such as glutamine powder or using anti-inflammatory herbs to also help with the inflammation. If we're looking at an increase in oxidative stress, again, of course, you're going to want to help the body by maybe supplementing antioxidants, but you also, of course, want to take a look at your diet. You want to make sure that you're getting a lot of these antioxidants through your diet. So eating lots of dark leafy greens, eating a lot of different brightly colored berries and fruits, all of which are going to be packed with antioxidants and are going to help your body deal with that oxidative load. And of course, removing whatever the exposure is, so be it too much sunshine or identifying what the environmental toxin or food allergy or sensitivity is, will also, of course, go a long way in removing the actual cause. If we're looking at changes to your microbiome or dysfunction in the gut-brain microbiome axis, then of course, again, doing some sort of stress management, going back to mindfulness, meditation, yoga, journaling, exercise, all of which are going to be lifestyle changes or mindset changes that you can make to reduce the body's stress level. And again, having a varied diet is going to really help with different types of flora, adding in different types of fermented foods, or even, if necessary, adding in a probiotic and a prebiotic supplements will help as well to balance that microbiome and to replenish whatever damage has been done. And a very important method in reducing stress or reducing the effects of stress and inflammation is troubleshooting your sleep. So if you're not sleeping because you're feeling very stressed, again, going back to those lifestyle changes that you can make. So whether it be mindfulness or if it's just prioritizing your sleep over some other activities that you're doing, or if it's working with things like sleep hygiene. So, making sure that the room is dark, getting blackout curtains, using an eye mask, making sure the room is cool, using blue light glasses at night if you must be working with screens before bed. all those little things that can help kind of troubleshoot your sleep and help get you back to a productive sleep cycle is going to be very helpful. When it comes to dealing with stress management and dealing with inflammation, it really is not a sexy process. Yes, there are tons of supplements out there. Yes, there are tons of treatments out there, but it really does go back to looking at the basics of your diet and your lifestyle. It's not terribly sexy, but it is the most effective thing that you can start with because usually those are root causes. And of course, if you need any help with stress management, please feel free to check out my link below in the description box. You can learn more about pretty much my stress management program called the Better Health Blueprint. It is a hybrid program of online coaching as well as a course that you can go through that gives you lots of information about all the different ways stress it affects the body and what to do about it. So if you have any questions, be sure to click that link below and you can learn a little bit more about that. So I hope that this video was helpful. If you learned something, please give this video a thumbs up. If you have any questions, leave a comment below and be sure to hit that notification bell and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video. Bye.